We are live. Hello, everybody. We're a minute early. At least I think we are, because right now YouTube is just saying, waiting for Bugz2men show. Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Gary here, coming at you with episode 5 of Bugz2men. Zenryoku Zenkai, or as I put it in the title, Sentai Revolution! So as always, I'm Gary. I spend too much money on toys, and I'm here with the undisputed AMV master of the Tokusatsu fandom, a dear friend of mine, and the man who convinces me to spend money on expensive Japanese plastic, Mr. Sentaifive. Say hello, sir.
You can't hold me liable for that, but hello, everybody. Thanks for having me, Gary. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Always a pleasure. We were supposed to have other guests. I don't know what happened. But, you know, it's fine. It's Memorial Day.
Way to bail, guys. I'm just kidding.
Nah, here's the thing. Chenix had some personal stuff go on, which is fine. J-Man never got back to me, and I don't know about Jem. So, but hey, listen, we're a two-man crew. If they come on later, that's great. If not, you know, we'll always have them on in the future.
Absolutely.
So, we are here to talk about Ultraman. I'm only kidding. I don't watch Ultraman. I watch Super Sentai.
I would have logged off immediately.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like Ultraman. It's just like it's one of those shows that's just like too massive in scale to watch. It's like I had to watch Tiga, I had to watch like Jeed, Orb, what's it called? Ultraman 2 Electric Boogaloo, Ultraman 3 The Quickening. So yeah.
Despite my comment, I'm going to be watching Ultraman Trigger when it airs.
Yeah, I kind of need to as well. It's an Ultraman show, and it's Tiga, and you know Tiga's fun.
I love Tiga. Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about some Super Sentai. So let's just start things off with a bang. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Kaiser. I'll start off by saying this. Since Kaiser's introduction a couple episodes ago, I've been digging the show a little bit more than I was originally.
A lot of people I've noticed have been saying that. That's fair, you know. Zenkaiser's not going to be everybody's thing because, depending on their expectations, I guess. I don't know. I've been enjoying it since episode 1. For someone who's like, I get like the references they're trying to do, all the homages and everything.
Yeah.
I liked how they built the team one episode after the next. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, that's something that I enjoyed also. Just because like you don't get like, oh, here's all 5 Rangers in the first episode. Like you have Juran in the first episode, you have Gowan in the second one, you have Manjinu in the third, and then Vroon in the fourth.
Yep.
And I just think it really adds to like the whole team chemistry there, with just like all of the Rangers slowly getting added. People now the characters are actually getting developed, which is very, very nice. When it was first announced, though, how'd you feel? Because when it came from me, I was just like, you know what? This might be a year that I skip. I'm not really a fan of the Ranger designs. And then they revealed Vroon's just an homage to Daibroke, and I'm just like...
that pulled you in.
Yeah.
He probably has the best Ranger suit out of the Kikanoids, I think. Yeah. I'd have to say. When they were first revealed, first of all, I was trying to imagine what they would even look like when... the description came out from them through the rumors and whatever, because I was like, so they're supposed to be Ranger-sized version of previous Sentai robots? How the hell are they going to do that?
Yeah.
And then when they finally got revealed, I'm like, they surprisingly look a lot better than I thought they could have looked. So I was definitely feeling them because it was something completely different, completely a huge departure from what a traditional Sentai team would even look like. And I was like, all right. It seems like they just want to let loose and go all out for this. So let's see what happens. And I loved Zenkaiser's look also, even though like I guess some people were confused by it or they just didn't get it. But I was like, wow, that's a nice suit.
Yeah, I love Zenkai. Zenkaiser's suit is very, very showy.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say is when we first saw the helmet, I'm just like, is that supposed to be a reference to Kamen Rider Mach?
Everybody was saying that. A lot of people were.
Maha. Anyway, so how do you feel about the villains? I don't like the Toji Tendo.
They're the only person who's been doing stuff is the hell is his name? Barashida and
Stacy.
Ijuru. I can't even fucking say his name. Are we allowed to curse on here? I'm
No.
sorry.
I'm
sorry. I just demonetized you.
Oh, we don't make money on this channel anyway. Come on.
Well, you will eventually one day. So
hopefully.
just not on this episode.
It's all good, brother.
Ijirude, whatever his name is, I can't pronounce it properly. I'm sorry. And then Stacy. Those three are the only ones like really doing anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, Stacy is someone who I have more interest in out of the Toji Tendo.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think the biggest letdown is Stacy because he's been in what 3 episodes?
And he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Caesar, whatever the heck his robot's name is, looks awesome. It's a great homage.
Caesar.
That's a great homage to Battle Fever J. But
yeah,
when I see that mecha, I'm just like, why don't you transform?
That'd be cool if it transformed into the Battle Shark from Battle Fever J, like the carrier.
Ooh,
that'd be pretty cool if it did that. Who knows? Maybe it does transform. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that would be great. I like how there's a good bird and a bad bird. By the way, like,
yeah,
the good bird's like, I'm like a robot version of Guy Ikari, and the bad bird's just like, I just sit here for plot convenience.
I really call the shots.
It's like my boss is a giant arm, and like Brian, and like a knockoff Bryan Cranston from Power Rangers 2017.
Yeah, he goes along the wall.
But other than that, I like the changer. I like the Sentai gear gimmick.
Oh, dude, the gears they're so addictive. I have a whole bunch of them in my drawer right now.
Everybody and their mother's collecting them, and I'm just like,
yeah,
they look nice, but it's just like I don't have the room.
I have to keep them in a bag or something eventually because it's too many already.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what else to say about Zenkaiser. I love how there's like a bunch of movies already announced for them.
Yeah.
Like we had the Red Ranger crossover. We're getting a team up with Saber. That can be by surprise.
I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen because the original poster for it or whatever had the plus sign instead of the X or the road show, whatever. So I was like, it's probably going to be a crossover of sorts. It's a nice way to do both anniversaries, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But other than that, I think. Oh, I have another question. How do you feel about the mecha?
I really love the mecha. Actually, I did this in my tour review actually for Zenkaio Juragan. It really hit like every single Sentai mecha point for me that I needed. They transform even though the alternate modes aren't really that nice, except for Majin's Dragon mode. Oh, yeah. But I'm a huge sucker for humanoid mecha. I love humanoid mecha, and the way they did it for the deluxe toys was actually like better than I thought it would be, and the fact that they have symmetrical docking is such a cool gimmick. I love it.
I see. As soon as I saw that, one of the first people I actually thought of was you, and also just Bolt Matrix. I know he's a massive fan of like the Brave franchise.
Yeah,
I have never seen Gao Gaigar. But it's like it's one of those franchises that I can appreciate.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I guess that's it for Zenkaiser. What are your thoughts on recent Sentai? So I guess everything from like Zyuohger on. I have a couple of really strong opinions about it, but
that's fine. It's not perfect the past few years. I feel I've enjoyed it for the most part. I think there's probably a few shows that I'm just like they could be a little bit better, but overall I think it's still nice. But I feel like at the same time, if I'm gonna be pretty honest, Sentai in the past few years has been holding itself back. I guess it's kind of weird to say, but like they have some incredible ideas that they do, but they just don't follow through on eventually. And I'm just like, why did they go all out for something so cool sounding?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the frustrating part.
No, I totally feel that. Like my whole thing for the past couple of years is like, do I like the suits? Do I like the
Yeah.
characters? Do I like the mecha? Because we did an episode of Tokudon with friend of the show Kaiju Carl, and we talked about our favorite and least favorite Sentai suits. And one of the criteria for me to watch a Sentai show is I had to like the suits and I had to like at least the mecha. And the last Sentai that I actually watched in full as it was airing was Kyoryuger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I tried to watch Zyuohger. Wasn't my cup of tea.
I wasn't into the mecha for Zyuohger.
You know what's funny? I remember seeing like the leaks of the catalog that year, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, this looks like a toy for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
But the last mecha line that I collected was Ryu Soldier because everything's dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's another talking point that we could talk about in a little bit. But my whole problem with recent Sentai is the characters are just not fun. I mean, Q Ranger. I know you're like the biggest fanboy of Q Ranger. I know.
There's other people out there that are more Q Ranger fans than me. I'm not naming any names, but I'm not. You would know if you've seen the TL around.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Not
Chenix.
an adaptation anytime soon. That's the hint right there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like Chenix watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just like, you know, and I got to put that on my list too. And then, like Tokyuger was boring. I didn't like the trains.
I gave Tokyuger a try twice.
I
watched it twice. I mean, I watched. I never. I don't really drop shows or anything, so I'll see it through because I don't think it's fair for me to judge something I haven't seen in full. In my personal opinion, and my opinion the second time never really changed that much on Tokyuger. I'm just like, it was a little bit better the second time running through it, but then I'm like, it's just not really. It's not really. It wouldn't be one of my favorite Sentai because I've seen so many others that I like a lot more.
Yeah, see, you're better than I am because when it came to Tokyuger, I lasted an episode and a half. Then I was like, I'm done.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, people have different attention spans also, so it's like it's whatever they're feeling.
Yeah, but like, so when it came to Tokyuger, I didn't like the suits. I didn't care for the mecha. Like, it's like, how can we make a train mecha just very boring?
And also at the back of my mind, I'm like, I have to realize like some of these series aren't really made for me specifically in mind also, so I can't be too hard on it as much as I would like to.
Ninja, I'm just gonna be straight off the bat. They announced another Ninja Sentai, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this. And then I collected the mecha, and then
you collected the mecha.
I had everything up to Gekigatsu Daio.
Wow, you collected everything almost.
I was like,
pretty much.
Yeah, and then I saw Gekigatsu Daio. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I sold everything. Fun fact: don't drink and then pre-order expensive toys.
See, there's one. That's funny. See, that's one thing about Zenkaijo I like. They're kind of like taking what they learned from Ninja, how I guess it was pretty much like a conceptual failure, and they're trying to make it right with like different like themed mecha becoming unified, which was the main problem with me for the Ninja mecha also because like Shurikenjin, I was like, oh, it's cool. It's kind of a cool concept, but like it doesn't really look that good to me in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, so I guess I'll just tell the story. I had a barbecue about 7 years ago when Ninja was on. Mm-hmm. This is before Lion Ha-Oh came out. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get Lion Ha-Oh. I don't need it. I had a couple of beers, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to, do it. So I did. And I got it. And then I got a shipping notice from Big Bad. I'm like, what the heck did I do?
That's crazy.
So after Ninja was Zyuohger. I'm gonna be honest. The only episodes of Zyuohger I recall watching, other than the first 3 or 4, was the Gokaiger
team up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people watched. Zyuohger, I will admit, I'll defend. It has a lot of heart to it. It does. It really does. It's actually kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, so I've heard. It's just like I tried it. Q Ranger, I know the common complaint is Lucky's too hot-headed and too crazy.
They literally toned that down after I think a few episodes.
Well, I need to go hunt down Dubs. Thank you, buddy. And then Lupin versus Pat.
They spent too much time. Lupin versus Pat. I could talk for days about that.
What's it called? The only thing I remember seeing from Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger is I remember seeing the first 2 episodes. I don't like the Pat Ranger suits. I love the Lupin Ranger suits, though.
They are the better suits, the Lupin Ranger suits.
It also helps that I'm living with a Frenchman now, so any reference to Lupin, he's like, yes, I love it. Ryu Soldier. Ryu Soldier is one of the series that I really want to, dive back into and potentially finish.
I will say Ryu Soldier, a lot of people were very unfair about it because when it was announced it was a Dino Sentai and people just immediately dismissed it. So I'm like, oh my god, no. And then I will admit it had a very slow burn for the start of this though. And then until we get to a certain point in the I'm not gonna say where, but once we get to a certain point it's like a straight shot of one thing after another.
Yeah, I remember seeing your tweets. I remember seeing Ginga Herb's tweets all about Max Russo Red, and that suit.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is probably the best Sentai suit since Wolves Are Fire.
I'm so upset they didn't release a Yudo figure of it. I'm so sad because I'm like, I've been waiting for that suit to release an action figure form.
Yeah. But when it comes to Ryu Soldier, I love the mecha enough to be like, hey, how much is all this? Oh, it's cheap. Okay.
It's one of the most conceptually, it's one of the most unique mecha systems that Bandai has done for Sentai. I really like it a lot because you can just make whatever kind of combination and that's it.
Yeah, I think the coolest part is just not really how cheap it was because I was able to get Kishiryu 3 Nights. I got that for $75 off of Amazon. I got Kishiryu for 60, and then I got one of those big combo sets off of Amazon, where it was Kishiryu Neptune, what's it called, Team A Volcano, and Cosmoraptor for 120, and then I got Pocky Guru for 10.
Wow. That's a steal.
And then, real quick, Hero Major. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really get into it.
Yeah. I had my I had kept my distance in the beginning, and then I think there's a certain point in episode 4. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be into this now. But a lot of people, how do I say it? I don't know why they downsized a lot of things for the mecha in the toy line. It's really, I'm like, damn, Kira Majin is tiny for all 5.
You know what's funny? I was talking to a friend of mine about that because he has Kira Majin and then the first two weapons.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you think? Oh, they're bad.
I really like the. I will say the coolest mecha that they had was Smog Joki. I couldn't remember the name for some reason. The dinosaur Tyrannosaurus. That was really cool. And Grateful Phoenix. Those are the 2 I really liked a lot.
Yeah.
But I wish they weren't so tiny.
Yeah. I guess my whole complaint with that is, other than the fact that they're tiny, is just they don't. I miss the days of the giant cluster F.
Yeah, so Bandai. I know for a fact Bandai definitely realized they screwed up by not doing a final combo with everything.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "This is just screaming for at least for either a third-party add-on."
Third-party add-on for Sentai, that'd be the day.
I mean, listen, people are doing that now for Kamen Rider figure arts.
Yeah, I know. Thank God.
That's cool. DX Kamen Rider toys, because it's hey, Buster Sword's kind of tiny. Let's just make it bigger by another foot, not even.
Yeah. It's also the economy, also because of COVID and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then there's Zenkaiser, which we already discussed. I have one other thing I do want to say though about Kira Major. I don't like the fact that all the mecha are made with just translucent plastic, because anybody who collects Transformers toys knows that translucent plastic can literally explode. I.e., the Earthrise Prowl figure has an entire Studio Series 86 Jazz. His entire backpack is made of translucent plastic.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, like I know you follow Transformers too a little.
Fairly, yeah.
So in the new Transformers Kingdom line, they're doing a new tracks, and 85% of that figure is translucent plastic painted over. So
Oh shoot.
yeah, and I'm not about that life, and I refuse.
That's why I don't even transform my Kira Major stuff that much anymore, because I'm like, I don't want it to crack or break.
Yeah, that's a big factor for me. It's just like, do I want it to like be shattered in like 2 years? No, I must protect my investments.
Yeah, I want it to last a lifetime. Damn it.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from there, favorite Sentai overall. Give me your top 3.
I don't even have a top 3. I can't even. I can tell you my favorite era of Sentai. My favorite era of Sentai is the 90s, and only 90s kids will remember. I'm just kidding. But it is the 90s, though. That's my favorite era of Sentai, for sure.
Any particular reason why, or?
I like the vibe that they had overall. Yeah. The storytelling, the characters. I think it was just incredible how it all meshed well together.
Yeah. My whole thing is my first Sentai was Bokenger, and yeah, fun fact: I discovered Super Sentai completely on accident.
Haven't we all?
No. I remember seeing scans for Live Man, and I said to my brother, "I'm like, so listen, dude, this is the new Power Rangers. We weren't supposed to get Ninja Storm. It was like Live Man scans." Because it was like, oh look, Hawk, Dolphin, and the Lion.
Same animals.
And I'm just like, so we're supposed to get this, and then one thing led to another, and then I discovered Bokenger subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
This was back in the day where Sentai episodes were uploaded into 3 separate parts, and the only subgroup was TV Nihon.
Yep.
But yeah, like Bokenger, Maji, everything from Deca through, Maji. I'm not the biggest fan of Deca Ranger.
Oh, really? Damn.
I find it boring.
Damn. I love Deca Ranger. That was my first Sentai I watched as it aired.
My first one that I watched as it aired was Bokenger /Yeki Ranger.
Nice. Those are good 2 years.
Yeah. Like everything from like the 2000s is pretty solid. I haven't seen a lot of Abba Ranger, rather Time Ranger through Gao Ranger. Time Ranger, Gao Ranger. You know what I'm trying to say.
Like, I know what you mean. Don't worry.
I mean, I saw Jew Ranger, and I thought Jew Ranger was fun.
Have you seen Die Ranger and all that?
Die Ranger, I watched up to like episode 6 when they got Die Rhino, and I just never got around to watching it again. I watched the first episode of Jetman. Actually, I got a funny story. I pissed off a British person by saying that Jetman's terrible.
On Twitter? Damn.
Yeah, this was like 5-6 years ago. I pissed somebody off on Twitter named Bob, and he blocked me because I said Jetman's utter garbage.
Bob, if you are listening or watching this right now, Gary's opinion on Jetman has not changed.
Oh yeah, no, it hasn't. Even after being forced by a friend of his to watch the episode of Jetman with the ramen noodle monster.
There's other better episodes than that.
Oh my god. And then, like, in my opinion, the best Sentai of all time it's a tie between Maji, Boken, and Go Busters. And I'll tell you why.
I'll say Go Busters out of the 3 that you picked.
Go Busters has phenomenal story, phenomenal mecha, and it also has Hiroya Matsumoto as Beat Buster, and he's one of the best parts of Maji Ranger. What was it called? Bokenger, like I said, first Sentai. I love Akashi. AG just steals the show every time he's on the screen, and it's fantastic.
Crunching his damn vegetables.
What's funny is a couple of months ago, I actually sat down to rewatch some clips from Bellkenger, and one of the clips that I watched was the clip where he just handed out all the vegetables like Masumi and everybody. I'm just like, yes. And the last one's Manji, because it's Manji. It's the only Sentai I finished in a week.
Damn. I really like Go Busters a lot. I think within Sentai within the last decade, that's probably like one of my top 3 for the last decade. Because it hits it's like, how do I explain it? It's actually a pretty tragic story if you think about it overall.
Yeah.
The characters are pretty dysfunctional because of this tragedy, but they have to learn how to work together. Of course, you have Hiroi Matsumoto, who's just frolicking around trying to do his own thing and then being part of the team, and then he's there to eventually guide them, and then he has his own tragic story also. It's just it's the way their bonds are held together as well throughout the series is good. And then that finale, it's hard for me to watch that finale without crying because it's tough what happens in there. But yeah, it's still good overall, really solid. Although
here's the golden question. What's the better theme song? The first one or the second one?
Oh, first one. I hate the second one. I'm sorry, hate's a strong word. I dislike the second one.
I feel a certain way about both. Like the second one's more energetic and more like hyper. The other one's just like a slow, mellow song with like some variation of like techno elements, a little bit.
First one gets me more hyped than the second one.
I mean, it's the same way with Kamen Rider Blade's intro for me. Like I love the second one, but Blade Brave just that strikes a chord with me in my heart.
I love Elements.
I think it's just I just don't like Rider Chips as a band.
They've had their time. They've come and gone, I should say. I don't like their most recent stuff. I don't like that as much.
It bugs me. See what I did there?
Yeah.
It bugs me because the only version of the Kuga and Agito theme songs that are on Spotify are the Rider Chips versions.
Oh, God.
All right.
I think the only Rider Chip cover that they did for the Kamen Rider themes that I actually really liked was probably the Wizard theme. Because I was like, all right, that's not that bad. And I don't even like the Wizard theme song that much either. I really don't.
I'm in the boat of I like the Wizard theme song. I made it up to episode 31 of Wizard, and I was like, I'm done. Why couldn't Haruto just dive instead of getting Infinity Dragon?
Because he needs to instill hope within others.
But that's Nito's job. Anyway, moving on from there. Least favorite Sentai. I kind of said it. Jetman.
You already said Jetman? You don't like? All right. Anything else?
I'm trying to think. Jetman. Ooh. Here's the thing about Jetman. I understand it's good. It was overhyped by certain individuals in the Tokyo fandom that I don't want to say.
Okay. I hope I was not one of them.
Here's the thing. I can say nothing bad about you.
God bless.
Because I consider you a friend. And also, you're just a pretty chill dude overall. Like, every time we talk, I feel like I'm annoying you, but also...
No, I try not to get worked up by like opinions and stuff. I've learned that over many years. It's not that serious.
Yeah. No, but like you like Chenix, Reggie, everybody that I've talked to are all super duper chill. I'll tell you who it is later. Don't worry. But no, because he said it was like the Garo of Sentai. I'm like,
what?
Yeah.
That's a weird comparison.
And also, I don't like Guy.
A lot of Guy is divided among people.
Other than that, since I didn't like Ninja Tokyuger, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I've never seen Battle Fever J, and I kind of don't want to.
Oh, Battle Fever J is good. I'm telling you that right now. I promise you it's good. I promise you it's good. Yeah.
Because
promise you. I know Miss America looks scary. Fine. But I promise you, it's a good show. It's pretty solid.
Because one of the first times I ever saw the suits, I was like, "Is this?"
I know they're ugly.
Are those the Mr. Roboto suits from the music video?
Yeah, my least favorite Sentai. Let's see. Probably Jaka. I watched that a few years ago. I'm like, damn, this show stinks.
Yeah,
it started out like really, really good too, because they were all like cyborgs and stuff, and like some of these guys were like had tragic pasts, or some of them were even dead to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Big One comes in, and I know people love Big One, he didn't really add that much change to the show, really. It just took a very bad turn in tone, and I'm like, I need the show to end.
Yeah, like, I think the biggest complaint for me overall, just with like older Sentai, is just like, it's outdated, the special effects are weird. Like, I want to sit down and like watch Kaku Ranger, I want to watch Die Ranger, I want to watch O Ranger.
O Ranger is it's pretty mixed with me.
There was somebody on Twitter who was rewatching all of that recently, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? It's time to just sit down and watch it.
Look, it's all for free at the palm of your fingertips.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Tubi, it's on Shout Factory TV.
And for any international fans listening to this right now, we're not trying to rub it in your face. I promise you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Ajax Ranger, if you watch this, like Ajax Ranger in particular, because he's been very vocal about this, I feel everyone's pain.
Yeah, hasn't he been like writing letters and stuff?
I'm pretty sure he has.
Right, I've seen that. I'm like, damn. And then like the responses to him, or whoever writes the letters, are just like, there's not enough interest. I'm like, damn, at least try.
Yeah, I mean,
like, stop saying there's no interest. There's obviously an interest.
It's not like in Japan where it's like, hey, I can just go to like the DVD store and spend like $100 on a Blu-ray.
Right. Even in Latin America, South America overall, like they have a huge tokusatsu fan base down there. It's crazy. It predates like America's.
Yeah, which is, if you really think about it, it's crazy because all of the countries that have access to tokusatsu, like we have all of Garo legally available for streaming. We have Ultraman, we have Sentai, we have some Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
It's sad that certain parts of the world can't access what we have.
Yeah, it's really disheartening.
I'm hoping that in the future it changes, because.
And if anybody out there, internationally knows a way we can help, let us know at least. Like I would be able to try to help.
Tweet at Bugz2men. Tweet at me, GBX93. Tweet at him, Sentaifive.
Yeah, let me know if something's available in your area. The other day, the other week actually, there's a bunch of Kamen Rider available dubbed in Spanish right now.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, I think they released them on I think on Netflix or Amazon Prime or another streaming service, but a few people I follow were tweeting about it. I'm like, that is awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's like all these like subsections of fans that nobody knew existed. Like, if I didn't have Twitter, I wouldn't know about you guys.
I know. That's the same with me too. Because I was never really active. I was active on the boards, but like I never really like made friendships on forums like that.
Yeah, I don't care for like most message boards. The one exception is TFW, because that's where people post like their toy sightings, and I can be like, oh hey, toys are here. I'm here. Here's my hard-earned money, corporate America.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I guess moving on from the least favorite Sentai, we had 2 questions on Twitter. There's nobody watching, so if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Obviously. So Reggie, my co-host, says your most anticipated.
Hey Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie, I miss you. The show isn't the same. I mean, Sentaifive is doing a phenomenal job, but I miss my boy.
I wish you could be here, Reggie.
Don't worry, I'm sure we're gonna do a build episode in the future, and you're gonna be on probably because.
Oh yes, hell yeah! I'll build my Pandora's box again.
Don't end the world, please.
I'll spare you. Don't worry.
Don't be as bad as Gentoku was.
No, hell no. I would never be as bad as him.
Now, granted, I love Gentoku. Gentoku is my favorite character in that show. So, Reggie asked, your most anticipated Sentai concepts. Go.
My what?
Your most anticipated.
Oh, okay. So
Sentai concepts.
for those of you who follow me and seen it already, one of them is an ancient Egyptian Sentai. I've already brought that thing to life, and it's two teams basically. There's a good team and an evil team, and what more could you want? What was I gonna say? Another one is Dino Ninjas. Two popular themes that they keep doing. Just put them all together for one season.
I mean, do you want the Tokyo fandom to have a conniption?
Oh boy.
I guess for me, mine's like an actual Dragon Sentai and Knights.
Nice. Dragon Knights.
Like when they first did Ryu Soldier and they announced like, oh, like Dragon Sentai Ryu Soldier, I'm like, we finally getting Knights and Dragons.
And that's what turned people off when they found out it wasn't that and going to be dinosaurs.
Myself included, I was like,
yep.
Why? This is like, it's not even a full decade since Kyoryuger.
Yeah.
But
maybe one day we'll get it. Don't worry. One day we'll probably get it.
Other than that, can we get like a Demon Sentai?
Listen, I've been hearing around the neck of the woods that they've been trying to do a Yokai Sentai for a while.
I mean, normally in the Ninja Sentai, it's like, oh, ninjas versus yokai.
Why can't it be the other way around, right?
Give me evil space. Make it a better Ninja Storm. Granted, I love Ninja Storm. So do I. But I'm just saying, like in concept, like, oh, space ninjas versus demons. Come on.
Yeah, and the demons are the good guys. Oh my god!
Like take a concept like Hibiki, where like their demon forms, they're like ranger forms, or their actual forms.
That'd be great. Listen, I feel like the future's bright for a Yokai Sentai.
Yeah,
I feel like it is.
I mean, I'm trying to think what other wacky concepts, because they've done it all. They've done animals, they've done dinosaurs.
They should do a food Sentai. Can't get any wackier than that.
How about a flower Sentai?
They technically have one, actually. In Kaku Ranger, they had one.
Right, the evil Kunoichis.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like rose red.
Hell yeah.
Violet blue.
Rose red. Even though it's more pink. Still.
Can we just have an entire like Sentai made up of like Kamen Rider G knockoffs?
That'd be great. Oh, we got to do an alcohol Sentai.
Sake Lento.
Yeah. What else could be wacky?
I'm trying to think. Ooh. My mind is just slowly. How about the car Sentai?
We kind of have one with Pure Nature, I guess. That's more vehicle, but you're talking about all cars.
Mm-hmm.
Cars and what?
What
would it be mixed with?
Going off the Dragons idea, how about Cars and Dragons combined?
Sold.
I'll buy the entire line. I don't care if I go into financial ruin.
Cars and Dragons would actually be really cool because it's easy to like transform them and stuff.
Because I don't know if you remember, there was in Power Rangers, there was a line for
RPM. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the RPM with like, they're like licensed cars.
The Civic. One of them was a Toyota Camry, I think.
I kind of want to hunt those down now.
You should be able to. I think you should be able to find them. I think fairly easily.
I hope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like they're doing Sentai now with like triple changing robots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's really weird. I would love to see another like video game Sentai.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. I really would like a video game Sentai.
Yeah, like I think honestly that would be pretty dope.
I want a Sentai based off of Mega Man. That's what I want.
A Sentai based off Mega Man? See, I would see that for a Kamen Rider, because then you could just be like, oh, hey, you're just going to have, like, the one main rider. There's no secondary or tertiary rider this season. And to get more powerful, they have to kill the monsters. Kind of like Ryu Kendo.
They already gave us a Mega Man Kamen Rider.
That's on my watch list, that and Wizard.
They gave us Kamen Rider X8. I'm just kidding. That's more Super Mario. in other games.
I mean, if they're gonna have like a full-on Super Mario themed Kamen Rider, his profession in the real world must be a plumber.
I wish we got Dr. Mario instead. So
anyway, the other question that we got was from Sergeant Hooked on Henshins, aka Ryder Belko Beep.
Hey, that's my boy.
Is he part of Legion of Boom too?
No, he's not. I talked to him on the timeline a lot.
He says, "What is your most prized Toku merch, DX or otherwise?"
Okay, I actually know this. This is actually like, I guess it kind of has a story to it. My deluxe Muteki Shogun. I bought that thing mint in box 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago now. I saved up money. I put money aside every single week. And then like one day I found it mint in box. It was just only, the stickers were only taken out of the box just to show that it came with the stickers unapplied. And I bought that thing so fast once I had enough money. I did a best offer on it. And I got it for the price I wanted also, so I was very happy. And I almost didn't even want to take it out of the box. And it's not like me. I like taking toys out of the box. I like opening it up out of packages. I'm not someone who keeps stuff in packages because, like, for me, there's no point in me collecting something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, I put in so much hard-earned work and money on the side that I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually have it. And the box is massive. It's huge. I still have it in the attic, and I'll never throw that away.
Yeah.
And I can't get my Muteki Shogun right now because it's like it's behind a bunch of stuff in my display. But it's my favorite Sentai mecha of all time. It's 5 humanoid mecha that combine into one, and it just looks so beautiful put together, and it still holds up very well. And I applied the stickers because I had to. I was like, I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna put this on my shelf, I'm gonna put the stickers on. That's it. End of story. And it's just every time I look at it, I get lost in its beauty.
Yeah. For me, I actually have quite a few stories. So strap yourselves in, kids. Get like a nice bottle of whiskey or whatever you're drinking. I know I don't condone drinking alcohol. Yeah, I was supposed to be drinking this an hour ago. All right. So this early last year, I got a Zeo Megazord for $20.
Damn, complete?
Minus the sword, the stickers were all unapplied with the box.
Oh, that's amazing.
They wanted 65 for it, but I traded them like 15 Transformers. I'm like, here, how much can I get for this? 45? I want that thing up top.
Wow.
I got my Wool Kaiser, which I got for 37 shipped from Toy Collectibles.
Really? Yeah. When the hell did he sell that?
Oh, let's see. I've been using Ghost. Was Ghost 2015?
2015, 2016, yeah.
It must have been 2016 because I was working at my first McDonald's.
And that's the deluxe Wool Kaiser?
Hold on.
Oh, he's about to pull it out.
I'm about to pull it out, and I lost my headphone. Hold on a second. Of course I am.
And you got that for 37, you said?
37 shipped.
I'm going to have to rob you one day.
I could say the same for you.
I know, my black Daiboken, Ultimate Daiboken. That's another story, actually. Actually, no, there's another prize collection of mine. This is also put away because it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But the provider base from Time Ranger. Oh my god, it's like it comes with the provider's mecha also. I got that. I did a best offer for that on eBay. It's usually like over $100. I got it for like $70. Yeah. I literally put $70 as best offer. The dude accepted it within 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my god. And free shipping straight from Japan. I was like, oh my, I can't believe I have this. Damn.
That's how I feel with Daiboken.
Yeah.
So I actually met Sentaifive at PMC 2018, 3 years ago. I went to PMC with the sole intention of either buying a Maji King or a Daiboken. Maji Kings, I saw them for like $275. I went to Toy Arena. They had one in their cage for $60, like Daiboken, complete mint and seal box and everything. I ran around the corner like, hi, that Daiboken, mine. And then I also got I got a Red Buster's Mecha Go Buster Ace for $20
Oh, that's nice.
from PMC. And the funny thing is, I told Ranger Review at the time. I told Bruno and Mia like I got that for $20, and I told Ranger Review like, hey Chris, I got Diebogen for like 60. He's like, what?
Yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah, considering the fact that now I need to buy the rest of the mecha, but every place has them for like $30 to $50. I'm like, I don't want to spend more than 20 each. They don't do that much.
I know. Those aftermarket prices that kill you.
And then I also got a Battlefield Megazord for 100 once. That was fun.
Nice.
And the Stegozord that I got for 107, I got to do retro brightening on because it's a lot of it's yellowed.
That's how much I got my Dino Stegozord for.
107?
Like, yeah. Last year actually. This past Labor Day weekend. I won't forget that day.
I remember seeing your tweets about that.
Yep. The box was like all messed up, but like this person like never even took it out. It's just the box was damaged. So I was like, oh my god.
So you got like the Dime Metro and everything?
Yeah, it came. Yep, it came with it.
I am not worthy. So that was it for the questions. Did you have anything you wanted to ask me, just in general, or anything?
No, I just wanted to thank you for having me on. Actually, it's a
pleasure.
Know what?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Memorial Day.
I'd love to do this again.
Anytime you want on, let me know. You know where to find me. So I guess on that note, we're working on the episode. I mean, I got nothing else to really talk about unless you do.
I got nothing.
Did you want to talk about Kamen Rider Revives real quick? Look,
if it actually is Dino themed, I'm all there. Come on, let's go.
Listen, I'm all for making people spend more money. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna sue Toei though if it is a Dino themed rider and it's like everything. If it's like what I created for my own Dino themed rider like 15 years ago, I'm gonna sue them.
I mean,
they already copied Legion of Boom. All right, we're in a lawsuit. We're gonna start a lawsuit against that. By
the way, you want to tell people about the Legion of Boom?
Yeah, Legion of Boom. We haven't done a podcast episode since like December because everybody. It's mainly because like I'm really busy. I'm in grad school. I don't really have time until like the week.
Yeah. Wait. Something happened. Shit. All right. So we're still live. Sentai 5 died. I thought it was my connection for a second. Sorry that this wasn't the most entertaining episode in the world. Reggie's gonna be back in a couple of weeks with the next episode. I don't know what he's doing yet. I'm gonna give him time to come back. I'm gonna actually just tweet him real quick. Wait,
I got lost.
Yeah, dude, you got lost in the sauce, man.
Yeah. All right. So back to what I was saying. Legion of Boom. It's a bunch of my closest friends in the fandom from like years back, and then we just decided to start a podcast, which we haven't really been doing lately since like December.
Yeah.
Mainly because of me, because like I'm in grad school, so I don't really. It takes up a lot of my time. So we're trying to get back into that later. But yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. So Gengar Herb made this sweatshirt, and this is our mascot for like 4 years already, called Legionmen, and this right here is Zen Kaiser, and we're gonna sue Toei one day. Give us our royalties, damn it!
Oh, I actually had a question to ask you, but
yeah.
So, what are your top 5 favorite Sentai theme songs?
Oh, let's see. Deca Ranger is my favorite of all time. Then it would be Q Ranger. Give me a minute. Probably Go Busters as 3-ish. 4 and 5 would have to be. Actually, no. Number 3 is Gal Ranger. Sorry. Number 4 would be Go Busters, and number 5 would have to be. This all changes depending on my mood.
Same.
Number 5. Give me a minute. I got this. Um, Number 5. Live Man.
Oh, Live Man's a bop.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think, but usually it'd be a lot easier for me to think of Live Man.
Yeah.
What about you?
Ooh, okay. So number 1, it's Live Man. No, not Live Man. Turbo Ranger. That song
Turbo Ranger's good.
That song.
That's
bop.
hype. Yeah.
And I didn't realize that the singer is the Red Ranger from that series.
Oh yeah, he lives, breathes, and eats Turbo Ranger on Twitter every single day. I love it.
Number 2 is Changeman, because Changeman, like, I actually have it up right now. Kage is great. He's a great singer. He brings a lot of energy.
Hell
and also the ending thing that he does, Never Stop Changeman. I'll just I'll be driving and that'll just pop on my Spotify. I'm just like, yes, feed me all of the Kage. Number 3, Bokenger. That was actually one of the first Japanese songs I ever listened to, and now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You picked a good choice. It was a bop.
Anything that Psychic Lover touches, like, and NLB. NLB has some hit or miss songs. Bokenger's a great one. Number 4 is Ninja.
Really? Wow. I'm surprised.
Yeah, same. But it's like anytime I hear the Ninja theme, it's just like
it's catchy.
I can't stop it. And then the
it's
last
like one of those songs that gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, and then number 5, I know I said openings, but I just want to give a special shout out to Ginga Man, because their ending theme is like Japanese country music.
It's so peaceful. I love it.
It's like no matter how bad your day is going, if you need to just vibe to some good music, it's
soothed. It's very soothing.
Naked Mind is just a fantastic song.
It is.
All right, so let's wrap up the show, shall we? Where can they find you on the internet, my friend?
You can find me mostly on Twitter. At Sentaifive. Besides that, I'm not really. You might find me on forums and stuff as a member, but I'm not. I don't really post on forums anymore. I kind of transitioned out of that like 6-7 years ago. But yeah, Twitter is the main place you can really find me. If you want to watch my videos, Sentaifive Official on YouTube. I have a DeviantArt. I haven't updated in like 4 years, but I occasionally go back on there just to show my account is still alive. So, at Sentai5 also.
So Jem just messaged me. He just woke up.
Oh, Jem. Sorry I missed you, buddy.
Well, no.
Next time.
Actually, I know what I might do, because I know you got to bounce.
Yeah, I do.
So
he wants to hop on right now.
Yeah, he said he'll hop on in 5 minutes. So
cool.
I guess just to like answer the question from earlier, I was talking about Keith Justice.
Oh, you're still live.
Yeah, I'm still live. I figured Jem's on. I want to talk to Jem for a little bit because I don't get to talk to him often. So yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, so Keith Justice on a podcast said that Jetman is the Garo Super Sentai.
That's a very interesting statement. I don't know what to make of that. I like Keith Justice too. I was just like, I never knew he said that.
So fun fact, there was a time in my life where I was a part of the HJU Facebook page.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was fun. But no.
I actually met Keith Justice at PMC.
So did I.
He was like hype as hell. He's like, "You're Sentai 5? I had no idea." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I met him. All right, we're just gonna gush about PMC for like 5 minutes before Sentai 5 bounces.
Absolutely.
I just want to say, honestly, it was a privilege meeting you. Meeting Vaughn was with you too, right?
Vaughn was not with us. He didn't go to PMC.
Oh.
It was Carl and Ro who were with us.
Carl and Ro. Yeah, Carl and Ro are just two fantastic individuals. I loved meeting you, even though it was only for like 5 minutes. I met Wheelchair, I met Easy Rider, I met Matt, I met Eric.
Yeah, it was so nice. you talk to so many people for years, and then like you finally meet them. It's like a full circle, basically. It's great. It really was nice meeting you too. Like so many years ago, we found out we lived by each other. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, like just real
this
quick.
Entire time.
I just want to say this also. The amount of Tokusatsu fans on the East Coast is crazy. Like now we have Toku Chris. We have the two of us. We have the King of Warp Tour, if he even still watches Sentai. I haven't heard from him in months.
I believe he still does, yeah. I'm sure he still... I'm almost positive he does.
We have Spin Dash. We have Solink Chu.
Hey, shout out to Tom. Tom is a
Tom.
great guy. Tom is a great guy.
Tom, we love you. You helped a bunch of us grab a bunch of toys.
Seriously, and forever, I will never forget that, and I'll always forever be in your debt for always making that happen.
Yeah, and just Tom is just like a stand-up individual too. He's very easy to talk to.
He is. He's funny as hell too.
Yeah, and also just like one of the best parts about PMC was just like I had dinner Saturday night. It was me, Collector Shuki, Chris Long,
nice.
Reggie, and in the same restaurant as us was Johnny on Bosch.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't say anything to him, but it was kind of cool.
That was the same thing with me and Kevin Duhaney. We went out to dinner one night. I think it was Friday night, and then sitting diagonally was Kevin Duhaney, and we're like, yeah, let's not even bother him. But I tweeted at him like, oh yeah, I had no idea Kevin Duhaney was at the same place we were. Yeah. He was like, you guys should have said hi to me. What the hell? I'm like, nah, I didn't want to bother you.
I mean, if they do Ranger Stop next year, I'm going to Ranger Stop probably.
I think I might also. Vaughn has been trying to get all of us to go. I'm like, all right, Vaughn. I know you love Ranger Stop. I'll try to make it happen if it happens.
Yeah. For me, like I want to go and see Eric. I want to see Chris. I want to see other Chris. I want to see Liz. Liz is. I just want to say this also. Liz is a sweetheart.
Liz is great. Liz is awesome.
Yeah, and then
got to have a few drinks with her at PMC on that Saturday night. That was nice.
By the way, word to the wise for anybody who's ever thinking about going to a big convention with Power Rangers and like people from Twitter, stay in the Con Hotel. Don't stay at one that's like 5 blocks away. Because I met Peter Sidarso that Saturday night just randomly. He was
I met him at a food truck right after his panel.
I was trying to like figure out how to get to like the restaurant where Collector Shuki and like Chris were, and I'm like walking out of the hotel and I see Andrew Gray getting out of a vehicle. I see Peter Sidarso. I'm like, could you take a quick picture? He's like, yeah, sure. To this day,
that's what we did at the food truck. Also, I was like, I'm gonna get a pic real quick because we were talking, and then that was it.
Oh my god! And like Sean T.W. Johnson, great person. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say this much: who got Selwyn Ward to be on your podcast? Whose idea was that?
That was all Vaughn. That was all him. We had been wanting to try and get Selwyn Ward on the podcast because we did the whole TJ Day stuff for years.
Yeah,
and we told him about me and Ro and Carl told him about it at PMC, and we showed him the post and everything. He started laughing. He's like, "I can't believe you guys love me that much. That's incredible." He's like, "Yeah, we do it every year." Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. I like Selwyn Ward. I didn't meet him at PMC because I have social anxiety, so it's kind of hard for me to go meet people.
Hey, a lot of people do. Don't ever feel bad about that.
Oh, I don't. Trust me. It's great.
Yeah.
But like, I think the coolest part was, like I said, just me being able to meet all my friends in person. Like, this was the first time I met Chenix, and him and I spent a week together in the hotel.
That's awesome. I'm so sad. I didn't know Chenix was there. I feel bad. I feel so bad when he told me, like, yeah, I saw you outside with Reggie when you met him. I'm like, where the hell? Where were you?
Yeah. I mean, I still think that entire thing was just incredibly hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
and like I get like some people are afraid to like go up to other fans and like say I'm this person and everything. Like I totally get it also, but like approach me next time if you guys see me at a convention, please.
Yeah,
I will stop and talk to you forever.
Yeah, like what's it called? Because Sean T.W. Johnson, like I told him like where I'm from. He's like, oh, I actually have family out there. I'm like, really?
He's got family on Long Island?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's great.
That is great. Maybe you might know them. Who knows?
I know a Power Rangers family. Although I will say this much though, I'm glad I didn't meet JDF. That line.
I I just did the photo op, and he was like commenting on my Brachio because I was wearing it for the photo op. He's like, "Oh man, that's so cool, dude." I'm like, "All right, take the damn picture, please."
It's like, yeah, you're a suck up.
He's like, I'm Jason David Frank. I'm like, I know who you are. You don't have to. I know who you are. You don't have to introduce yourself.
It's like,
I get you being nice, though. I get you being nice.
It's like, hi, I'm Jason David Frank. Like, I've looked up to you.
Yeah, I know. I've watched you my entire life
since I was a year old. My favorite suit of yours is Zero Ranger 5, with a close second being Down Thunder Black.
Honestly, I had in recent years I had a lot of appreciation for Down Thunder Black, and I used to like think it was an okay suit, but like nowadays I'm like, yo, that suit is like probably like one of the best suits ever.
Yeah. Anyway, I know you got to run, so
yeah, unfortunately.
5, thank you. Anytime you want on, buddy, you let me know. You know where to find me. You know where to find Reggie.
Yeah, whenever you guys, I don't know, whenever you guys are like having a whole list of topics or anything, just let me know, and then I'll see what I could probably make.
Yeah, I think in July, I'm doing another solo one, and that might be a Power Ranger focused episode. So if you want on, especially with the big Dino Fury news, you know.
Oh yeah, we're getting 3 new episodes in like
3 new episodes. All right, buddy.
All right, bro. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Whoever's still available, whoever's still on.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Take care.
And send Jen my regards.
I will. Do not worry, my friend.
All right, take care. Have a good weekend.
You too. Stay safe and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Exactly. I'll remember that. Don't worry.
Peace out, buddy.
Peace, bro.
Yep. All right. Now there's just me and we have no viewers. So I'm waiting. So for those of you who are just joining us, Jem overslept. He's gonna hop on for a little bit probably, and then it's 2:00 now. Probably end this at about 3 because I actually have stuff I gotta go take care of myself. So if anybody has any kind of questions or anything, please feel free to just drop them in the chat. I'm down to answer anything, honestly. Any questions at all? Wow, this feels like a video on my own channel. I do have a YouTube channel, by the way. GBase93 on Twitter, GBase93 on Facebook. Well, actually, not Facebook. I deleted that. GBase93 on Twitter. GBase93 on YouTube, GBase93 on not on Xbox anymore. I deleted my 2. Alrighty. Waiting for Mr. Jem to show up. The only viewer is me because I am in the chat. Gotta add Jem back to the thingy. So like I said, if you guys are here expecting to see Reggie as well, Reggie is out of town doing things. So he is currently going to be doing that, and then 2 weeks, the next episode, I'm not here. You guys don't have to see this ugly mug again for another whole month. I feel very happy that Reggie and I are doing this, honestly. For those guys who don't know, Reggie and I became friends doing just talking on Twitter, and then doing his old show Explosions Behind Us. And ever since then, we've been buddies and just doing this. And I'm just very happy and honored that I get to do this every other week with Reggie because it means a lot. I said it before, the last time he had Jem on, I get to talk about Tokusatsu with somebody who I consider a brother and other people. And the amount of people that I've actually gotten to talk to from doing this show is fantastic. Kaiju Carl, Sono on our last episode, Jem, Josh, my father. I don't remember how that started exactly, but he joined me for an episode of a show that I did way back in the day called the Shitoku Podcast with Dr. Board and Chenix. And yeah, so that's my origins. That's my origin story in the world of podcasting, guys. I'm gonna tell I'm trying to wait for Gem. Sorry, I'm just writing a text message. Nothing in the chat. Nothing in the chat. Oh, a little bit of late breaking news. Kamen O's first episode is now legally streaming on Toei Tokusatsu World official YouTube channel. So you too can be like Reggie and count the medals 1, 2, and 3. Life goes on, anything goes. Coming up O's. Jen will be here in about a minute or so. And so I'll do this until like 3 o'clock, and I'll probably end it here. Reggie, when you watch this, I'm sorry. We went a little off topic, which tends to happen with me. But just know, next time I do one of these, it'll be more concise and everything else. And I hope we have more viewers because I like talking to people about just Toku and toys and other things. All right, things Jim's on his way, so I'm excited. Do 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 boop boop do 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 boom 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 boom. Yeah, I guess Josh fell asleep. I don't know. Josh is busy, so he gets a lot of. It's Memorial Day weekend. The fact that I was able to get, Sentaifive on. Sentaifive is a very busy man. Like, we're all busy, but I'm just glad I was able to get a couple people on for my first solo show. Hopefully, there's more because I want to keep doing this show for as long as we can. Like I said, Reggie's doing the episode in 2 weeks, and then I'll be back in about a month for the episode that we're doing then. I don't know if Reggie wants me to say what we're doing. That episode is pretty cool, actually. We're going to be talking about toys. The next, I guess I can announce the next writer retrospective we're going to do, which is GO at some point between July and September. Which is I need to sit down and actually watch the entire show plus the movies. Very excited for that though, because the last time I watched GO was the Ozark? Hold on a second. Comes here. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hello. I'm so sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. Sentaifive sends his regards.
Hell yeah.
So what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Sorry, not much, man. I just woke up, kind of here, just hanging out. My eyes are still trying to do its thing.
You're fine.
Glad to be here, man.
No, dude. No, because honestly, I was like, I don't know if people actually are actually gonna like watch this or take this seriously, but that was my biggest fear. I was like, I'm not a good solo podcast, so when Reggie's here, I can vibe with him and we can just play off of each other. But no. So I have a list of questions, same as Sentaifive. He had some business to take care of. So first off,
cool.
What are your thoughts on Zen Kaiser? And speak for you and Fee.
Okay. So Kaiser, obviously, like everybody else, we were very excited when it started. But as the show went on, it was kind of like, okay, we'll catch it next week. And we were reacting to the first couple episodes, but it got to the point where I was like, I feel like we can just let these build up and maybe just watch them and not react to them. Because after, I think it was the 4th episode, I was like, Okay. I think I get what's going on here. To kind of explain where I'm trying to go, it wasn't as serious as we thought it was going to be after episode 1. There was a lot of tones and a lot of like things about race. So we thought that was heavy. But it kind of just became this episodic ride of seeing what hijinks the villains were going to do that week and what the Zenkai just had to do to stop them. And then, we get a new gear, which is fun. Two Kaiser's debut was something that we, again, it was like a subversion. We were like, oh, this is going to be so cool. He's Go Kaiser themed, like, et cetera, et cetera. And then he just comes out singing, and his henshin has a dance. So like it was a subversion of what we had thought was going to happen. But overall, he's cool. He's fun. He's not the worst. But we don't think he's the best. We were talking about this the other day because we're caught up now. But yeah.
so am I. I fell into the usual Gary trap of, hey, I'm gonna keep watching this every week. What episode are we on now? Episode 12. I watched like 6 or 7 episodes in the span of like 3 days.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because yesterday Sophie and I had watched episode 12, and I remember asking her, I was like, are we on episode 12? It feels like we're on episode like 7 or 8 or something. But that's when Two Kaiser debuted. So it was like, oh no, we're definitely on episode 12, but it doesn't feel like it.
It's funny. I remember I was saying it. So the night that Two Kaiser's debut happened, I was with my friends. So I got a text from Chenix, and I'm like, he was like, Gary, this is like probably the best character in the show. And then the pirate song happened. I'm like, he's a better Captain Marvelous.
Wow.
No disrespect to Ryota Ozawa,
right?
But you out Marvelous Captain Marvelous in the same way that Reggie out Guy Ikari.
Wow. Really throwing out some bullets there.
Yeah. But what's it called? My thoughts on, I said this to Sentaifive, like, I like Zenkaiger feels like a slice of life anime.
Okay. Wow. Hell yeah.
It doesn't feel like a Sentai series. And then once Two Kaiser appears, I'm like, okay, now this actually makes a lot of sense. And it's just mind-blowingly cool how it is. My only complaint so far is that if the toy Two Kaiser's Think Changer doesn't read all the Sentai gears.
Oh yes. Something something about the changer that I love is that when you turn it on, it gives you like a way more triumphant version of the sound that happens when you turn on the Mobiritz. It's like the same melody, it's just like bigger, and I think they use like other instruments. It's really cool. I love it.
Yeah. I will say this much also though. I love the fact that now I don't own the toy. Does it actually sound like a tambourine when you hit the wheel?
Yeah, so it's not when you hit it. It's like a motion activated thing for the toy. It's like once you like move it a certain way, it'll like give you that hey with the when you hit it, it doesn't do anything. You have to like move it. Like you have to essentially like jerk your hand, and it'll just like have that motion activate.
Yeah,
it's really cool, but I wish it did just like act like a real tambourine where you just hit the rim or something. It just does like a jingle. I think that'd be cool.
Here's another question. What's your opinion on the mecha?
All of them, or just the main team, the Zenkaigers?
I had all of them. I actually had thoughts about Tukai that I didn't bring up when I was on Sentaifive.
Well, I just saw it debut, so that's why like it's kind of fresh in my mind. If I'm being 100% honest, my favorite mecha so far is Stay Caesar's Robo. Like that to me looks badass. If they don't sell that, they're missing out, because I'm telling you that I can't be the only one that loves that so much.
So what I said to Sentaifive was, why doesn't it transform?
Oh, Stay Caesar's Robo?
Yeah, it needs to.
That would be cool.
I'll say this much. It's not that I don't like the Zenkaiger mecha, because there are aspects of it that I like. I hate how Juran and Gowan's animal forms are derpy.
That's like my biggest con, like on my pros and cons list.
Yeah.
When you change those bad boys into the animal form, they look a little weird. And yeah, no, I don't know. I think that mecha Juragown took a little bit for me to like get warmed up to it.
Yeah.
Originally, I did not like it at all. But then it got to a point where now when I see it, I'm just like, ooh, kind of a classic, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Galgaigar combination. Even though I've never seen Galgaigar, I've just seen clips and like bits and pieces of it here and there.
Mm.
I like the symmetrical docking, but a couple of people that I know have the toys, and my biggest complaint about the toys is there's no on-off switch for the sounds.
Oh, really? That's my favorite part about Juragown is that like I think Vroon Majin does it too, but like the sounds, like that's sick.
It's like the first Ju and Gowan's noises are just like very happy, and then the other one's just like, okay, we need to go, we need to go, we need to go, we need to fight.
Cool. Hell yeah.
I'll say this much also. I love the fact that we have a Bokenger homage in the show.
Oh, what? Sorry, what'd you say?
I love how we have a Bokenger homage.
Bokenger, yeah, definitely. Bokenger is one of those seasons for us, for Sophia and I, where like we love the characters more than the story itself.
Oh yeah,
the characters are just so good in the show that you love it so much.
You come for the suits and you come for the character, and you leave with wanting another adventure.
Oh, 100% agreed.
I still say the best character in that show is Eiji.
Really? Ooh, I have to give it to I believe Yellow. Her name is Natsuki. I love Natsuki so much. And Black is escaping my mind right now.
Masumi.
Yes, Masumi. Yes, I love them so much. Their little back and forth throughout the series, and like Natsuki's mystery for the main part, honestly, was one of the most interesting parts for me for Bokenger when we started it out.
Yeah,
I love those two.
I just love how you have like the entire Lumeria mystery, and you need in Juban is just like a massive part of that. It's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
And how do you feel about the villains? That's a better question.
And Zenkaiju, right?
Mm-hmm.
The villains for me have, aside from Stay Caesar, because he's pretty badass. I wish he worked more like on his own. But the villains for me have felt pretty Sentai standard, for lack of a term right now. They don't scream anything special to me as far as right now. I don't know if there's any plans that they got or any plots, but so far it just seems pretty standard. Their professor, who has been making Stay Caesar stuff, is kind of interesting to me, but like other than like plot device, I don't know what else he's bringing to the table. So that's kind of how I feel there.
I feel like if you could just have Stacy as the main villain, and the evil Robo Bird, whose name currently escapes me, and you'll be 100% okay.
Gigi.
Can we just have an entire episode of Gigi being the main villain?
Dude, it's funny because yesterday, because like I was saying, Sophie and I caught up.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching it, and there's something where like the big wall head thing was like petting Gigi, and I was like, why is Gigi the final boss? Like, why is this giving me that vibe?
I'm about to make a really obscure reference. I don't know if you'll understand it, but have you ever seen Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills?
Okay, definitely heard of them, but don't know if I'll catch the reference.
So their Zordon of the show is an alien being called Nimbar. In the first episode, when the teenagers get their tattoos, you just see a giant arm appear out of a giant pile of sludge. So whenever I see the arm, I'm like, Nimbar?
Nice. No, yeah, I definitely can't recall that right now in my brain, but that sounds funny.
Yeah. All right. Oh, wait, am I here? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, I'm here. All right.
Okay. Nice.
No, my internet's acting weird. It's raining
Okay,
outside. Okay, good. We're here.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts on recent Sentai? Recent within the past 5 years, 6 years?
Ooh, that's definitely well for me, I don't know, man. It's hard because I don't want to sound like I hate current Sentai, but I definitely do have a preference for seasons that have come before. Like just a couple examples. Bokenger we were talking about,
Yeah.
Shinkenger comes to mind. We really like Gogo 5 in this house. There's seasons where I prefer like a more mature and or serious tone while also having like comedic moments and or silly characters.
Yeah.
I think there's a way you can balance that while also still giving like a great story. And sometimes like Sophie and I are watching Q Ranger right now. I've never seen it. We wanted to watch like a newer.
Mhm.
So for Q Ranger, just using that as an example, I feel like there's so many things going on and there's so many characters that I wish other characters had more focus, and the season is only 40 something 50 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So like once that's done. And I feel like sometimes these current seasons focus too much on specific characters to where by the end you're like, oh man, I wish I had more focus on this person, or I wish this person had gotten a power up, or like the whole team could get a power up. Because I feel like that was another thing. There were like a few years where like only Red would get a power up, but I like when the
Yeah.
whole team gets it, you know?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like one of my favorite super modes in all of Sentai is the Super Gazing Rangers.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So
I
dope.
and I still say one of my favorite single power up. Here's the thing: my go to answer for that is the Excel detector from Bokenger, but that's not really a power up. That's just something that they use for the Drill Crusher. The single one, that's a ooh. You know what? Screw it. Kyoto at Carnival.
I was just thinking Carnival, man. There's nothing. I don't know. It's almost like it's like Sentai's battleizer for Kyoryu Red, but like at the same time, it's a really cool upgrade that like I don't know. I wish other people got to wear. At the same time, though, I love that he could have different like combinations, kind of like how the mecha would have different combinations. You know, like there was like Kyoryujin, like macho, and like Kyoryujin, like kung fu. I like that he could do that in Carnival as well. I thought that was really smart.
Yeah. Real quick, I also just want to say Ninja. So I told the story earlier. I'll tell it again because it's always funny. I bought into the Ninja Mecha line because of Chanix. He sold me his Shurikenjin, and then that just started a downward spiral to the point where I eventually had a barbecue at my old house. I had a couple of I had a couple of drinks and I pre-ordered line hao.
Really? That's oh my gosh. Out of all the mechas, Shurikenjin is probably the last one that I will buy.
I don't care for Gekiat's Dio. I think the worst part about Gekiat's Dio is the crappy little arm.
That's so funny because like I'm on the opposite spectrum where like Gekiatsu Hayo is like my favorite mecha of that season, but for some reason I couldn't get behind the little robot sitting in the mecha for Shurikenjin. That I just can't get past it, you know?
I just love how Shurikenjin is literally just roboception.
It's a guy sitting in a chair, sitting in a throne with cannons.
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of something out of a video game.
Definitely.
And also, just how crazy King Shurikenjin looked. Because it had like all these like moving elements and everything. I'm just like, this is too much. Now, granted, I like cluster Fs. My favorite cluster F is Samurai Hao. But that's one thing that I miss from recent Sentai.
Nice.
Give me cluster Fs.
Yeah, I miss combining mechs as well. That was something that I wanted in Cure Major so bad.
Ugh.
I wanted mechs to just big old diamond gem thingy thing. But you know what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, I still say the best part about like recent mecha also is just Ryusoulger's entire compatibility with each other. Like everything in the line can combine with each other.
Yes.
Now, granted, if you're one of those crazy Japanese toy reviewers, you're like, "Hey, here's everything combined. Go ahead." I can't do that. I try it and put it on itself.
That's cool, man. I think that was something that I was like, oh, okay, they're really trying to do stuff. Because I remember before that it was what was it, Lupat, and they had like two mechas with the same body, so it's like you're able to sell a couple more things. Before that was Q Ranger, so like you had so many different mechas, and like you could also just like switch them. Like anybody could be any limb of the mecha. I thought that was really cool. But then you get Ryusoulger, and now you have this other way that you can build the mecha toy wise. And I thought that's when I was like, okay, they're actually trying to make cool stuff now. It's not just like, whatever. Because like I was saying, Shurikenjin was not my vibe. Tokuo, not my vibe mecha wise. I love Tokyuger. Tokuo, not the best mecha. It's just a bunch of sticks standing. Trains, because literally it's just the trains line up next to each other and then they just stand. But for Ryusoulger, man, the sleekness of it, like you're saying, the ability to put anything anywhere, that's pretty amazing.
Like I wish Hasbro was doing like the 5-inch figures for the Megazords for Dino Fury. I would actually buy those in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know. Aren't they selling like some kind of figures? They're selling like the little guys. So,
from what we know, they're doing 5-inch figures for red, blue, green. For the core 6, and then they're doing Boom Tower, whose name I think is Tankjo in Ryusoulger.
Yeah, Tankjo.
I want the Boom Tower figure because I like the design of Tankjo quite a bit.
I respect that. I'm waiting for that Void Knight figure because I love him.
See, I like Void Knight quite a bit. I like where Dino Fury is going, and I also like the fact that on June 15th we're getting three bonus episodes. That got confirmed.
Dude, that blew my mind when you read that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, dude. That I was like, oh, what?
I'm very excited to see where this goes. The whole Power Rangers going to Netflix thing. But we'll talk about that in the future because this is Sentai based, not Power Rangers.
Yeah, sure.
I'll say this much though about Tokyuger. I gave it 1.5 episodes. I'm like, no, I'm done.
Really? Oh my god! Honestly, one of my favorite seasons. If anybody asks me, I put it up with like Shinkenger and Go Kaiser, just because I don't know if it's underrated nowadays. I think sometime this past where people have like gotten the chance to see like what it has to offer, but I feel like when it aired, it was so underrated. People were not giving it the time of day. And I watched Tokyuger Live specifically, and I remember just being like, "Where's this going?" Like literally, figuratively, like, where's their train going? But honestly, like by the end, tears, boxes, tears, everything.
I said it earlier, but the last Sentai that I watched as it was airing was Kyoryuger.
Really? That's sick.
Yeah.
Kyoryuger is also one of the first I started watching like live every year. Before that, I had seen Shinkenger, some episodes of Go Sager and Go Kaiser while they were airing, but only some episodes here and there.
I mean, I remember when it came to me watching like early Sentai, like Bokenger, Geki, Gowanger, Shinkenger. This was at the time before Toei knew about YouTube. So there were just people uploading the episodes in like 3 parts every week, and I was like, okay, I can just do this.
Yep, same. That's how I found Shinkenger. It was like right after RPM. I think Mighty Morphin when they were re-showing the episode. I think it was around that time where I was just on like YouTube or something.
Yeah.
I found an episode of Shinkenger. I think it was like around the time Gold might have debuted, or I think I found the first episode, and I think that's what got me into it. But I remember just being so excited that I had something to watch, Power Ranger related, Sentai, obviously. But that dude changed my world, and then after that, I was always looking for it every year to see the new season.
Yeah, I think the thing that sold me on Sentai was just like how more serious certain series are. Like you have RPM, which is the darkest Power Ranger series ever created. Then you have the lighthearted goofiness of Go-Onger. You have the seriousness of Jungle Fear of Geki Ranger, and then you have also kind of similar seriousness to Geki Ranger, but more of its own character, Jungle Fury.
Definitely, absolutely.
And then you have the abomination that was Super Mega Force.
That's our special child. We love them so much.
I'm broken. All right, so moving on from there, what's your favorite Sentai overall, my friend?
That's a hard question. I may have what if you can give me 1 second, I may have an actual list that I could bring up. Let me just go to my notes real quick. It's funny because this isn't the first time I've had to think about this question for like something real.
Yeah.
Like normally it's like something that you and your friends debate, like, what's the best season? Like, what do you think? What do you think? What's the best Sentai? And for years, I think I always held up Shinkenger on like a pedestal. Because it was, like I was saying earlier, it was one of the first seasons that I found. So for me, Shinkenger has always been pretty legendary. But I'm going to give you a list of how many I had to jam in there. What would you your favorite season?
Okay, I said this earlier. Bokender's up there. Maji Ranger's up there. Fun fact: Maji Ranger is one of like 3 Toku that I finished in a week. The other 2 being Blade and
really.
So there's Blade and Blade and Build. Those are the other 2 I finished in a week. Goldbusters is up there too.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You keep getting roboted for some reason.
Cutting out a little bit here and there. We're good?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we're all good. All right, so favorite season.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay. Okay. It was a little like
yeah.
But I got you right now with the season. It's for me, it's between Shinkenger, Deca Ranger, and Time Ranger. I wish I could pick one, but Time Ranger is kind of even more meaningful to me because Time Force, I remember that like it was last week, you know. Time Force was big for me when I was a kid. I loved it so much. So when I found Time Ranger, it was like watching a show you had loved your whole life, but a show you had never seen before at the same time. I was just going into it like I had never seen any of this. And honestly, there are a lot of parallels between Time Ranger and Time Force, but there's so many things that they also do differently. Time Ranger specifically has Domon, who has this amazing relationship, this heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching relationship with the reporter. I forget her name right now, but she is she's so adorable, and their little journey to finding each other is so cute. And of course, if you've seen Time Force, you know what happens with all the cadets. They gotta head back. So that's like the same thing with Time Ranger. I fell in love with these characters, with the story, and by the end, I am a mess. Have you seen Time Ranger?
I've seen the first episode of Time Ranger.
Okay. Well, I won't spoil anything, but the ending for me changes the way I felt about Sentai and like watching Sentai, only because I would say that Time Ranger is one of those seasons that has a bittersweet ending, and it's not just a sweet ending. And that for me is amazing.
I mean, for me, a series that actually changed how I view Sentai, believe it or not, was Ranger.
Hell yeah.
Because it's so different from Mighty Morphin. Like, part of how I sold my friend to watch Ranger is, hey, the Green Ranger dies. Hey, Bandora is actually a good villain. And I mean, if you want to use the word good villain, I mean, Kai pretty much just summoned Dice Satan, and Dice Satan was like, yeah, here, I'm a giant floating head. I'm like evil. Hi, my name is Evil Zordon, and I'm trying to apply for the villain role.
I haven't seen much of Ranger, but Sophia and I are also watching Ranger currently for a video that I'm working on.
Ooh.
And we're not that deep into it. I think we're on like episode 6 or something. But I'm so excited to watch Ranger, if not because I know this season gets closure. It's not like MMPR where it just goes, it tries to bleed in or like leave off for the next season.
Yeah.
And you get the Thunder Megazord and like the Thunder Zords and all that stuff. I don't know if it happens. I want to see Bandora die. I want to see her end. I want things to wrap up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want them to face her and or deal with her, and that's it. You know, like, because in MMPR, I feel like every time they took care of Rita, she always came back, and I don't want that in Ranger.
I mean, the whole like. Here's a question before I go any further with Ranger. How much Ranger do you know?
Like I said, we're only on episode like 6. Like they just got their weapons. So
when you get to the end, message me on Twitter because there's something I want to hear your thoughts on.
Okay, definitely. I got you.
What's it called? Another Sentai that I really just enjoyed overall was Gingaman.
Oh, yes.
I know you and Hawk and I think Carl did an entire episode of your show about it.
It was Squall and Lauren from Took Girlfriend. Yeah, dude. No, amazing episode of our podcast, Toku World Tour. But it was also just a great time to talk Gingaman. I feel like people don't talk Gingaman that much, so I'm excited that you said it's one of your favorites.
Hold up. Oh, this is how much of a favorite it is.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. The black and gold. Oh no! You flexing on me like that, Gary? Are we flexing right now?
All out of love and respect, my friend. All out of love.
No, dude, nothing but respect. That's amazing, dude. I love that. I'm jealous right now.
This was 110,000 yen on Madarake.
What?
It was 100. It was 11,000 yen. It was like 110 before shipping and taxes.
Was that I'm sorry if this is too personal. Was that like a stimmy purchase, or was that something that you had to like wait for and like?
Oh no, this was
payments aside. Stimmy purchase.
So I'll explain. So
man,
I went to college for graphic design, and
okay.
I had gotten an opportunity to work on a freelance gig. They ended up not taking me, so I got sad. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go buy this.
Yes, dude.
Hell yeah! And there's diecast all over it. Like here,
that's amazing.
The Lions diecast.
That's beautiful, man. Hell yeah! Love the Ginga love.
And to quote Jobby the Hong, you can feel what's diecast metal because of the cold touch technique. It's all cold and it feels fantastic.
That's sick, man. I love that. Hell yeah.
But no, I love Gingaman. I love everything about that show. It's Lost Galaxy's decent as a Power Ranger series, but Gingaman just takes everything up a notch.
Yeah, Lost Galaxy and Gingaman are one of those seasons where there's a clear difference of what each show is and what they were going for.
Yeah.
But Gingaman, oh my gosh, really, for me, I always thought it was a bland season before I had watched it. I was like, I'm never watching that. Like, what's up with that intro? Like the opening.
Yeah.
When quarantine happened last year, Sophie and I were like, why don't we watch Gingaman? It's on Tubi. It's available to watch. We don't have to do anything wild. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
This was when Sophie and we had built a blanket fort in our living room.
Oh my God.
We lived it for like 3 weeks. It was ridiculous, but it was quarantine. So we watched Gingaman, and we also at the time watched Kamen Rider Ghost. But Gingaman was something that now Sophie and I just cherish as like a special season that we were able to watch during quarantine together, and we binged it. So we episode 1 made it.
Let me ask you this: what's the best villain in Gingaman, and what's the best insert song? That's a better question.
Best villain. I would have to, because like there's different clans. You have like the punk bikers in the beginning and all that stuff. I thought they had some very cool villains. I don't know. I can't think of his name in Gingaman, but in Lost Galaxy, Trecheron, that like rival to Black Bull and Gingaman, he was like that blue samurai. That
Budo.
villain, Budo, yes. Budo was like interesting in a way where I was like, I kind of respect this dude more than I do Trecheron in Lost Galaxy. And for them to make me feel something else for a character or for a suit that I've recognized my entire life, I was like, whoa, Budo, you got my respect, my guy. Also, if my memory serves me correct, the way he dies is pretty respectful and kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I think I'm remembering that.
I need to just sit down and rewatch all of Gingaman.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I might do? So the next time Reggie is unable to do a show and I'm solo hosting it, I think I want to do a Power Rangers one, just because there's a lot of like stuff to talk about with that. Nice. The next time I want to do a Gingaman episode. You, me, Fee, and I'll try to get Squall on. But Squall's pretty busy these days.
Nice. That definitely sounds interesting. Gingaman is a ride.
Gingaman's my favorite villain in Gingaman is it's tied between Sambash and Budo, because Budo is awesome.
Budo's awesome.
I don't like the horses, but that's enough about Gingaman.
The horses. Yeah, man. Another one of my favorites, Decker Ranger. I don't know if you've seen Decker Ranger, but
I have a story about Decker Ranger.
Sweet, perfect. The episodic aspect of that show is like the best out of any episodic Sentai, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I feel like the way because they're all like detectives or cops, if you will, every episode has a focus and a case that they have to solve, that is a case that can only be solved by a respective detective or whatever, if you will. And for me, focusing on certain characters in that aspect where like you get to see their strengths, you get to see why they're on this team, really just gave me enough focus for everybody, where I just love the team as a whole, but I love them separately, and I can't say that for every Sentai.
Yeah. My story with Decker Ranger is, this was like right after I finished Monty. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch Decker Ranger. It took me 6 months to finish Decker Ranger.
Really?
I still say the best part of that show is Tetsuo Inada, who plays Dr. Krieger. I love him.
Hell yeah! No, oh my god, Doggy Kruger in that season is amazing.
Like the first time he henshins and you just hear him call himself the Jigoku no Banken, I'm like, I love you. I love you.
So again, agreed. I remember when I was watching that season, it was around the time I used to pick a season to watch by checking out the last episode and see how messed up things got. And I remember I got to the last episode of Decker Ranger, and like I was like 30 seconds in, and I was like, nah, hold up. I can't do it with this season. Let me just go episode 1. Let's watch the whole season.
Yeah.
Fell in love with it. And the last like 5 episodes or so, I was just bawling after every episode, because I was like, this is the end. We're getting close to the end. I have to say goodbye. And after that, I remember I was like, you know what? I love this season so much. Let me go to Magi Ranger and see if I can keep this going. I feel so powerful with Sentai right now. And I started watching Magi Ranger, and it didn't do the same thing that Deca Ranger was doing. So I was like, oh man, I guess I'm gonna stop. And like I watched 6 episodes of Magi Ranger, and then I just gave up. I was like, I don't feel the same way. And I guess that's kind of when I knew. I was like, I love Deca Ranger a lot.
I mean, my whole thing is I watched like I said, I watched Monster Ranger first, and when it came to Monster Ranger, I loved the whole family aspect. I loved. I still say Maji King's intro is one of my favorite theme songs for Mecha in any Sentai, second only to Gingayo. Because believe it or not, and I mentioned this in the video where I unboxed my Gingayo. I was like, I hear the Mecha's like commercial song in my head. I love that so much. I made that into a ringtone on my phone.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So I guess moving on from favorite, what's your least favorite Sentai?
Wow. I really don't like to hate on stuff that much, and I hate hating on stuff. But for the longest time, Ninja was that season where I was like,
ooh,
don't like it. And then Sophie and I rewatched it because she had never seen it. I rewatched it. She was watching it for the first time. And throughout the whole show, I was like, oh man, like I definitely still hate Takaharu in the beginning. But he kind of mellows out throughout the season, I noticed. By the end, he's not so hot-headed and his catchphrase isn't said that much. And then I noticed that I just started focusing on other characters I liked when I was watching the Ninja for the first time, like Momo Ninja. I love Kasumi. Cloud, our Ninja, he's kind of cool. Sometimes he gets annoying, but I like him. And Kinji, oh my god, Star Ninja, one of my favorite Six Rangers. I love his personality. I love his little story. But overall, the Ninja is that season where if somebody's like, oh, how do you feel about this? I'm just like, well, you know, other than that, I can't really think of a season. Oh, wait, no. Gal Ranger. I'm so sorry to everybody right now. Okay. I love the mechas. Don't get me wrong. The Gao animals, or the power animals, obviously like one of the best toy lines in Sentai and in Power Rangers history. But I don't know if I was comparing it too much to Wild Force, but this was Sophia's second season of Sentai ever, and I was like, "Yo, let's watch Gao Ranger." I've never seen it before. I feel like it could be really cool. But then I just started seeing a lot of parallels with Wild Force, and then I was like, "Oh, it's almost like a boring Wild Force." And I think for me, the only part that really made me dislike it was that there was no like final boss. It was almost like all the generals from that season just came back at the end, and they just made a new monster or something. I don't know, man. Not the best season in my book, story-wise. I think some characters are obviously great. But that's a season that I tell Sophia all the time. It's like, well, at least it's not as boring as Gao Ranger, because I was not super entertained.
Yeah, we actually have a comment. First one, the entire show from Shooting Star Gamer. He said that the Ninja was ruined for me. The Ninja Steel's original counterpart. As somebody who bought the entire Twilight, I could see why. I don't like Takaharu. Kinji. It's weird because when I first heard that they're doing another American Ninja, I'm like, so we're gonna have another version of Jiraiya from Kaku Ranger, and I got all excited. I'm like, he's a fish out of water kind of person, and we'll see more of that kind of awkwardness compared to like what we had in Kaku Ranger, where Kaku Ranger, that I can't speak of Japanese. I don't know how to be a ninja. Which is great and all. But going off what you said about Gao Ranger, I believe I was talking to Chenix about it a while ago, like just like a year and a half ago. if you watch Gal Ranger, you don't need to watch Wild Force and vice versa. It's the exact same thing. Because what's his face? My God, who's a producer that nobody liked from Power Rangers? The EP, Jonathan Zacher.
Oh, okay.
Zacher had a habit of adapting everything from the Sentai and just putting everything into a translator. That's what he did with Megaforce, Super Megaforce, Samurai, Super Samurai, and a little bit of Time Force.
Yeah, of course, Time Force has, like I was saying earlier, Time Ranger and Time Force has a lot of parallels, but there are things that they, like, Power Rangers, like, omitted from the show. Gal Ranger, it was harder for me to find those differences. There was, I think the main difference is that Wild Force has Master Org, who is like the villain, and then the big bad at the end. You know, I think that's the saving grace for Wild Force, but that's what I was waiting for in Gal Ranger. And again, that's my fault having expectations.
Yeah.
But man, when there was no like big that bad villain reveal, I was kind of upset. TBH.
Yeah. Also for Master Org, I think it's common knowledge they reused one of the Gorma suits from Die Ranger.
Yeah, I didn't know that until just years of being in the fandom, and then somebody had shared a picture, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" I think that's really awesome. Honestly,
I think it was great. By the way, I just want to say this also. I love how your background is all red.
Yeah, I have my pink lights on, which I actually, I can change to blue right now. Let's switch to. But
dude,
the
awesome.
red right now, is just a little LED I have facing the toys.
see my only lighting is I have a tiny lamp on my bed on the other side, and I have my window.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need, honestly. I really have a lot of this stuff because I have the podcast with Hawkillies Toku World Tour, so it's like I want to be able to, like, I want to have people see me essentially, and like other than that, I don't really use this stuff. Other than like stuff like this, if people are like, "Hey, do you want to come on and like video chat for like a thing?" and I'm like, "Yeah, I got the gear for it. Why not?"
Yeah, I mean, see, my basic setup is I have my laptop, I have dollar store Sony headphones, and
nope.
All right, so the last question is, what is your most? Actually, no, sorry, I have two other questions. I need to go back to the. I swear to you, we're professional here at Bugz2men. All right, so questions from Twitter. What is your most anticipated Sentai concept that they haven't used? That question's from Reggie.
Concept. I honestly, dude, I can't even think of one. It's not like Kamen Rider where it's like I'm always thinking of like what Kamen Rider can do or like what I wish they could do. With Sentai, I always just trust. I always just trust that they know what they're doing, what they're gonna pull out. Concept that hasn't been done before. I can't really think of one, For some reason, racing came to mind, but I was like, no, there's a tons of seasons that have like cars, like Go Ranger, Turbo Ranger, Car Ranger. Yeah, man, no, I can't. What's one for you? So maybe that'll jog.
So I said it's funny you mentioned cars because when I had Sentaifive on earlier, I said cars and dragons combined. And
that's something.
And back when we first had basic information for Rita Soldier, like the name and stuff, like, are we finally going to have a Knights and Dragons Sentai?
Yes.
I don't want dinosaurs. I want dragons. I don't care if I have to go financially bankrupt. I want to have dragon toys. And no, it was more dinosaurs. Granted, I have the whole line, and I don't regret buying them. But I want dragons.
Yeah, dude, it's funny that you say that. You definitely jogged something for me. I would love a dragon rider type season, not like motorcycle, like you ride dragons, kind of like I don't know if you ever read the book series. I haven't, but I've seen the movie Aragon. That
heard of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I watched the movie when I was a kid. I have a best friend that has read all the books, but essentially a Sentai season that rides dragons, and that has a problem with like maybe like villain or evil dragons. I don't really know, but I think that would be really sick. Just like you, and I'm sure a bunch of people out there in the fandom, when Ryu Soldier was announced, I also thought that we were getting that Dragon Knight season. But then it turned out being dinos, which I thought, oh man, again. But I think dragons could do really well in Sentai, because there have been many dragons in the past as far as like mechas. So I feel like if you just had different types of dragons, I'm thinking of Harry Potter as well, and the Goblet of Fire, when they have like those different dragons to fight, like I feel like if there were different types, enough of different types of dragon, or maybe this could be a trio season where it just starts out with three.
Yes.
You have 3 dragon riders. I don't really know. I think that would be really cool.
I mean, they pulled off like Ryuseo, and they pulled off Draco Commanders. I know that's not his name, but
Ryu Commander.
Ryu Commander, yeah.
Yeah. And that's a perfect example. I was thinking about the origami in Shinkenger, the blue one that turns into a dragon. Like there's that. You're saying Ryuseo, like that's a perfect example,
I would love to see them try to pull that off, honestly, because I think
100%.
If they do more dragons, because you think there's European dragon, there's Japanese dragons, you can make a Zulongmon from Digimon into a Sentai mecha.
Literally. I think there's so many great options. I would love to see that. Just a bunch of different dragons. Excuse me.
Yeah. Dude, you're fine.
That's what I feel. I would love to see that in Sentai. Aside from that, I'm really itching for another magic-centered season. I don't know about you. I don't know about anybody else, but I would love to see something with magic or mythical, something like that.
Well, see, here's the thing: if they do another Magic Sentai, they could base the powers off of ancient dragons.
Dude, here we go. See, we're writing it ourselves. We're doing it.
Toei, hire us, please.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Dude, amazing.
And then the other question that we had was, what is your most prized Toku possession, DX or otherwise?
That I currently own?
Yeah.
Okay. This was something we got later in our journey of collecting.
Yeah.
I found it on Mercari, and when I saw the price, I was like, that's kind of expensive, but not as expensive as it could be. But it's the double vector from Time Ranger, like the swords, and it comes with like the attachments to put on every like color and like helmet design. But then that came with the electro booster parts that you can put on and make like the orange white rifle thing, the electro booster, but from Time Ranger. And I was like, yeah. So that was something that I was like, I need to have that.
Now I'm curious. If you don't mind me asking, how much was it?
I believe it was 120, which when I saw that, I was like, that's basically 60 for each thing. And obviously I have a partner. I have to run it by her first. Like, hey, how do you feel about this? Are you into this? Because if she's not into a toy, if she doesn't have a memory with a toy, we're not buying it. And that's something that she said. That's something that I feel. I think that when we buy stuff for our collection, it should be something that we both relate to. And she loves Time Ranger. So when I told her, she was like, buy it right now. And we did it.
Yeah, I mean, I said I'll repeat the story because I know you weren't here for it.
Yeah.
I got a Zeo Megazord for $20 about a year and a half ago, and was only missing the sword.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
It had all the stickers on the plat, and I got it for $20. They wanted 65 for it, and I traded in a crap ton of Transformers.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Damn, $20 though. That's like
it gets better. It gets so much better. The weapon's not in his hand right now, so I'm in bed, but I got this guy for 37 shipped.
Oh my god. What a beautiful guy. I'm going to need that one day, and I know it's going to be expensive.
I got this off of Toe Collectibles. He's randomly had it. I'm like, do I buy it? Yes. Okay. 37 shipped.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
I also got a Daiboken from PMC 2018 for 60.
No way. Was it like new or
Mint seal box?
What? 60 bucks? That's a good price.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then the Ryu Soldier Mecha, I got those for damn good prices too. And
That's awesome.
Go Buster Ace complete for $20. PMC 2018.
What? That's sick. And what's up?
You know, and I went to go buy another one the next day, and the guy was like, "Yeah, they're $50." I'm like, "I got mine for 20 yesterday." He says that was impossible because we've been charging $40 to $50 per Beast Morphers Megazord. I'm like, no, and then I walked away.
I was gonna say, yeah. Never mind. Just leave. I was gonna say something that I forgot.
Oh, and then there's also Gengaio.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. You can't get enough of that.
I wake up in the morning. I'm just like, I own this.
Yes.
I will say one thing though. Shipping on him and my Kiwami Kamashi Blade was like $75.
Oh, nice. I mean, honestly, during this whole quarantine situation, shipping has been so much. So that to me doesn't sound too bad. But I get it that when you're paying a good price for the other stuff and shipping is that, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. What's it called? So that's pretty much all I had. I don't know if you had any other questions. We had somebody in the chat, but he left.
I mean, the only thing I was thinking of is like an item that I don't own that I would love to own would be Feather Edge, the sword Feather Edge from Kyoryuger. It was Torin's sword that he then passes on to Kyoryu Green. That sword is so gorgeous. And if I can ever have somebody like a cosplayer, like somebody that does commissions for like weapons, I would love to commission a Feather Edge because that sword is so cool.
For me, Black and Gold Ultimate Daiboken that Sentaifive has.
Ooh, any Black and Gold mecha is amazing, but I can't imagine what Daiboken looks like. Black and Gold, that looks sick.
Oh wait,
sick.
have you not seen pictures?
I don't think I have. Let me. I'll go check that.
I'm gonna know. Hold on. I'll DM you on Twitter. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, other than that, there was and I'm sorry to keep going back to Time Ranger.
You're fine.
But there's a couple things I need from that season to like complete my collection as an adult and as a kid. Because when I was a kid, my family would grab me Power Ranger toys because they knew I loved the stuff. And I used to own the DV Defender, like his gun that turns into the sword, and the Q-Rex. And since 2001, I've lost them. I've moved around a couple times.
Yeah.
But that's something that I wish I had again. I miss having in my life. So that's something that as a collector, as a Toku fan, that's something that like I'm aiming to get one day again. That Q-Rex, or sorry, V-Rex, that V-Rex and that DV Defender, because hot items.
If you can check your DMs.
Going right now.
I sent you a link. Other than that, I want to own a Geki Fire. I want to own Siren Builder. Yeah. Whoa. Shout out to Sentaifive for posting that picture.
That's gorgeous. Daiboken looks insane in toy form. I don't love Daiboken in the show that much, but toy form? Yo, what's up? Let me get that number, Daiboken Gold and Black and Gold. What's up?
if I ever find one for less than $350 shipped, I'll be like, here, you can have the firstborn naming rights to my children. You can have whatever you want. Do you want souls? I know 10 people I could sacrifice.
That's funny. I'm like astonished by this, and it's Ultimate Daiboken. It's like really flexing on us, Sentaifive.
Oh, 1 through 10 came in one set.
I feel like I at least need one Black and Gold mecha. I feel my god.
I mean, since you're a fan of Gingayo and Gingaman, I'd say try to hunt down a black and gold Gingayo. Like I said, mine was 110 plus shipping. It's worth it.
I know I buy stuff on Mandarake or Mandarake, how you'd like to pronounce that. I buy stuff on there a lot. And I believe the last time I was checking stuff, they had a black and gold Time Robo. And that would be amazing for me personally, but I don't know if the money's there for it right now. So I think that'll be something I have to like build up towards.
Yeah.
But man, that would be sick.
I mean, it's funny. So the night that I actually paid for Gingayo and my KT Blade, I remember I got like a notification from my bank saying, "Is this you? You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yes, just do it." pay for my Japanese toys, and also DHL's a godsend. They shipped out Monday night in Japan time. It got here Tuesday night.
They have powers, real powers.
They're Time Lords from Doctor Who.
Time Lords. Yeah, that's cool, man, for sure. I loved DHL was like a savior, for a lot of people. Excuse me, just trying to get Toku toys. But yeah, dude, DHL really does it.
Actually, it's funny. So because of you, I'm actually right now on Mandarake. I'm looking up Time Ranger. I'm looking at Time Ranger stuff.
Yeah, man, that'll do it for you.
I found the black and gold Time Robo and Time Shadow set for 15,000 yen.
There it is. There it is. That butte. Just so everybody knows, my birthday's coming up. So
my birthday passed, but hey, listen, I'll take free toys.
Yeah, man.
I mean, listen, I've Gundam still before, and I'm actually gonna probably end up selling my SMP Gao King pre-orders. I'm not investing any further into the line. It's like I don't need it.
Interesting. We're bummed because we missed out on the Tokulectable pre-orders. We were like, oh, let's do it, and then it was like closed, sold out, or whatever.
If you want my Gao King, let me know.
We'll talk about that later. I'll maybe hit you up with DM. We're gonna talk to the men first.
Yeah, because also Big Bad had Gal Muzzle, but they want like 165 before shipping and taxes for that. So
yeah, that one's expensive. I believe it could be because of the Rhino and all the things that you get in that set, but
it's also P Bandai.
Okay, which P Bandai got that moolah.
So I guess before we go, because I actually have to go to my friend's house in a little bit and help them set up for a party. Anything else you want to bring up about Sentai or even just Toku in general, my friend? Because I don't talk to you enough.
Yeah, honestly, Sentai for me, I love it just as much as Kamen Rider. I know on our channel on YouTube we react to Kamen Rider a lot, and you might see a lot of Kamen Rider henshins on our TikTok. But for me, Sentai, there's just a love for it that I can't explain. It's almost, if not more than Kamen Rider, because of how long I've been watching the footage, and then how I found it and where that went. So if I had to say anything about Super Sentai, is that I love it so much, and I'm glad that we get to celebrate 45 years of it this year. And I can't wait to see the 50th anniversary.
See, going off what you said about celebrating 45 years, it astounds me that there's been like no major hiatus for Sentai like Rider had, because after Black RX, we didn't have another Rider series for another 10, 11 years with Kuga. Yep. I mean, we had Jay, we had Shin Kamen Rider, we had a third movie.
Zeto, yeah.
Yeah. And we haven't had any kind of major hiatus for Sentai, despite the fact that apparently, from what I've heard, Sentai's toy sales are...
Yeah, they haven't been what they used to be. And I don't know anything about that aspect of Sentai. I have read that people think it could be because, they used to have their numbers with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
but that's different as of the last couple of years. Again, I'm not an expert in those aspects of the fandom and or those numbers, but I have seen that they've been lowered, and what that may cause in the future, whatever, I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm just a guy, but whatever happens, and I'm glad that we've had all these seasons to look back on, and I'm sure honestly we don't have anything to worry about. I'm sure we'll see, like I said, the next 5, and we'll get to that 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, also just going back to toys for a second, I'm under rock right now. They have the Time Force Megazord Saber for 4,000 yen.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was like an almost. That was an almost buy for me.
It's like if I didn't have bills, I didn't have weddings to save for, could I afford it?
Oh, builds are so expensive.
Yes, especially in New York, because taxes. And we can talk about that off camera. Jem, my friend, where can I find you on the internet?
Well, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jem. I run a YouTube channel thing with my partner Fee called Pronghorn Heroes. You can find us on YouTube at Pronghorn Heroes and on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Pronghorn Heroes. We like to have fun with anything in the fandom. We do fan henshins. We have reactions to episodes weekly. And if you go on our TikTok, it's just a bunch of silliness. I've been a little slow over there recently, but overall, we like to have a good time and just be positive with things that we love, like Toku. Yeah, that's where you can find me. And on Tuesdays nights, every night, you can find me with my co-host Hawkillies at the Tokusatsu World Tour at twitch.tv/Hawkillies, or you can check out all our episodes on our YouTube channel, Pronghorn Heroes.
Yeah.
You can find me.
Yeah, we gotta get Hawkillies on the show. With the. Ooh, I actually had an idea for an episode. I gotta run past Reggie. So you guys can find me on Twitter, GBX93, Instagram, GBX Poetry. I'm gonna try to get more stuff up there. YouTube, GBX93 as per usual. Next episode, I won't be here, so you guys get a break from my ugly mug. Reggie's gonna be hosting solos. I'll be out of town that weekend. I don't know what he's doing. Keep an eye on the Bugz2men social media pages, and Reggie will post some announcement. I'll be back in a month talking about gimmick figures with Dresden Nova. And until next time, guys, you know where to find me. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Later. Nice.